So you think you need to cut carbs, do endless crunches, starve yourself to lose fat? Well, you're not alone. And these fat loss myths are everywhere. But today we're going to bust them for good and we're going to break it down on how you can lose fat. So stick around because I'll not only debunk the biggest myths about fat loss, but I will also show you what actually works so you can finally see results and keep them. From spot reduction to extreme dieting, we're covering it all. So let's get into it. Spot reduction. Trying to lose fat from one specific area like your belly or your thighs by doing targeting exercise. False. It's not a thing. Fat loss doesn't really work like that. Fat loss works in a way where if I was to pour water out of a glass, it wouldn't matter what side I poured the glass or the water out from the glass. What would matter is that the water level in the glass would actually decrease. And unfortunately, that's the way. So instead of doing that, focusing on full body strength training combined with a slight calorie deficit is going to be the quickest way to lose fat from the target areas. Now, for most people, that being said, the target areas you have always been your stubborn areas. So if they're your stubborn areas, we're going to expect them to go down either the slowest or the last. But as long as you continually persist and you chase discipline and consistency in your fat loss journey, then ultimately you're going to lose the belly or the thighs. So ditch doing 1,000 calories, stop using banded side steps for your workout and start focusing on getting stronger, building a little bit of muscle and losing the fat through nutrition. Starvation diet. It's a little bit of a trap. People think that eating as little as possible is the fastest to lose weight. Now, in some elements, that's actually true, but it's not the fastest way to lose fat. You must maintain some nutrition standards. Otherwise, that extreme calorie restriction is eventually going to slow your metabolism, it's going to increase your hunger, and therefore it's going to make it almost impossible to stick to long term. Plus, you'll likely lose muscle alongside that fat, therefore meaning you don't look as good as you wanted to, you've just lost a ton of weight. So again, eat in a moderate calorie deficit. People should only be in around 300 to 500 calorie deficit per day, which is ultimately going to lead you to around half a pound to a pound per week. Not only is that going to give you the best chance of maintaining your muscle, it's going to help you lose fat, you're going to maintain your energy, and if you prioritize it alongside nutrient-dense foods like protein, whole grains, and plenty of vegetables, you're going to be in the best possible shape to feeling good through your diet. So rather than skipping breakfast, starving yourself, and binging by midday, then make sure you're eating a well-rounded breakfast, lunch, and dinner with a couple of snacks along the way, focusing on the macros rather than starving yourself. Cardio is king for fat loss. How many times have you done this? You've started fat loss, you want to lose weight, you go to the gym, you're running on the treadmill, you're doing Stairmaster, you're doing hours of cardio to lose fat. And on top of that, you might be strength training, which is the goal. And nothing really seems to happen. And whilst people think it's the way because cardio burns calories, which it does, it's not always the most efficient way to losing fat because it can often lead to overtraining, running yourself into the ground, getting tired, and breaking down throughout the week. Now, if you combine it with your resistance training, then the strength training is going to help you build that muscle. The cardio is going to help you get fitter, and therefore you're going to start to burn more calories at rest. And that's going to be the easiest way, is knowing when you're sat on the sofa or in bed, your body is burning calories. Now, one of my favorites is the magic fat loss food. What should I eat to lose fat? Certain foods, people will say celery, green teas, etc. They're going to be amazing and they're going to have fat burning properties. And if someone's telling you that, they're lying to you. It's a sell. Anyone that puts a specific food on you probably has an outcome on the other side. So no single one food can burn fat. Nothing that you do singly is going to burn fat. You must focus on getting the calorie balance. Again, that's the third time I've said that and we're only on 4 myths. You must focus on consistent habits and a balanced diet and focusing on those things that actually, 1, you enjoy eating, 2, that fuel your body, and 3, that aren't making you feel uncomfortable. Just so you know, as a side note, if you're eating foods that make you feel uncomfortable, they're not the right foods for you to be eating. And number 5, and this is the biggest one, I can do it by myself, I'm thinking differently this time. Let's not forget you've been trying to do this for years, or you've done it and then gone on to put it all back on. If you're trying to lose fat loss, the easiest way to do it is to have a plan, have someone that can provide you logic, someone that can provide you accountability and support you in your journey. Fat loss is an emotional balance. It's not hard to lose fat scientifically, and realistically, it's not hard to lose fat physically. Mentally, it's warfare. So you need that person to support you in doing that journey, because otherwise you're going to be on your own, you're going to feel lonely, and it won't be long before you back up. So let's quickly review. Spot reduction doesn't work. Starvation diets always backfire. Cardio isn't the only answer, and there's no magic food for fat loss. The real key to it all is a sustainable approach that includes strength training, balanced nutrition, consistency, and managing your mental side of your transformation. So if this video has helped clear up some confusion about your fat loss journey, then give it a like, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and don't forget to subscribe for more fat loss transformation help and performance enhancing YouTubes. Next week, we're going to be talking about how we get someone to work harder in their training, achieve more, and get more out of every single rep, session that they do. So make sure you subscribe, drop us a like, and give us a comment on the one that you need help with the most.